Today I'm going to be sharing my top 5 tips for making salt soap. So, as you can tell on my YouTube channel, I have made lots and lots of salt bars. So I know a thing or two about making a salt bar and some tips and tricks about how to master making them and how to make it more efficient. And so I'm going to give you my top 5 tips, and I'm going to have one tip at the end that is extra, so make sure to wait till the end to see that. So one of the biggest things I see when people make salt bars is them being afraid to make them in large batches. As you can tell on my channel, I have made slabs and slabs of salt bars. Most of the soap on this shelf is salt bars. All of this here is salt bars. Behind me here is salt bars. We have a lot of salt bars on our shop, and we do not have time to pour them in single cavity molds, loaf molds, and it depends on your recipe and stuff, but most of the time we make our salt soaps pretty, we make our salt bars in a pretty extreme way, I would say. We do a very high percentage of coconut oil, we do a high percentage of salt, so they are going to be hard. And we can still manage doing a large batch. So if I can do it, you can certainly do it. So don't be afraid to do that because you are wasting a lot of time. Next is about your soap cutters. So we have multiple soap cutters and we have to cut our salt bars. So you need to make sure that you clean your soap cutters after you do your salt bars. So sometimes you might think, well, I cut this and I'm tired, I might go upstairs and wait. You need to clean your soap cutters after you've made your salt soap, because salt will rust your wires very quickly, so you need to make sure you do that. And it might be tedious work. This is our multi-cutter salt bar. As you can see, it has all of these little wires and all of this stuff. So this normally takes quite a bit of time to clean because of the small crevices and the many wires and all of the stuff, but you have to do it so that you don't rust your wires, because you're going to have to replace them, buy more wires at some point, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you keep your equipment in good condition. Next thing is always test your essential oils, your new essential oils, when you're making your salt soaps in small batches. So I'm talking about new essential oils you just bought, or essential oils that you have never made a salt bar in before, because they can certainly rock your world when you are making that soap and you all of a sudden can't get it into the mold. So what I'm holding here is a bottle of Lang Lang essential oil. This is one of the few essential oils that really accelerates very quickly, and this is one of our good salt bars, so we do use this. But we make sure that we prepare well so that we can make it and not have trouble. But yeah, if you are going to use a new essential oil with a salt bar recipe, always make it in a small loaf or in single bar molds so that you can test and make sure, oh, I know when I'm going to make this in a big batch that I need to slow down and take more time to make this, or if I need to make it in one slab at a time, or whatever you need to do. Going along with testing your essential oils, you also need to test your recipes. So if you are adding a new oil, a new butter, or anything, if you're going to do something different, test it, because salt bars are different and they are going to harden quicker, so you need to make sure you test them in a small batch. So test your essential oils, test your new recipes, and all things like that. And especially with lye discounts, especially with water discounts and different stuff like that that can affect your trace and all the things like that. And the 5th tip is do not soap with salt bars hot. So sometimes you might want to soap a little warmer, but with salt bars you do not want to do that. You want to soap at a lower, around body temperature, because salt, of course, heat makes trace go faster, and you don't want your salt bar to accelerate too much. So just keep it at a normal, cool temperature so that your salt bars do not accelerate. Now we are at our 6th extra tip for salt bars, and this is using salt with no additives or any other things. Just get pure salt, sea salt, regular salt, whatever. Make sure it is not anti-caking, no iodize, whatever the heck, I don't know, but no additives, no anything in it. Just make sure it is pure. We get our salt and it is in bags and it is pure, and we put it in our buckets and it's great. So it works very well for us. So yeah. So that are my top 5. So those are my top 5 salt bar tips for your first time making salt bars, if you are planning to scale making salt bars, or if you are just curious. So those are my top tips, and I hope you found this helpful. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below any video ideas you have or questions, and thank you for watching.